I want you to hold me accountable. So I got inspired by one of my friends that is also creating content, and she actually challenged herself to do this for an entire year. And I must give it to her because it's been 2 months in the year. Most people have forgotten about whatever their New Year's resolution was or commitments, and she's growing strong. So I was like, I could do like a micro version of this challenge, right? Like 30 days of filming content and putting content out and not being obsessed on the editing, this, that, like just doing it and putting it out there, right? So, welcome to my 30-day self challenge to myself of filming and sharing content on March 1st. So, I have some things that I do to kind of kick off my month. Aside from like setting up my journal, which I already did, setting up my budgeting, which I already did. I am one of those Excel people. I also just make sure that I have like a vibe or like I would say like a manifestation focus for the month. So I put content on my vision board last year. It is on my vision board this year. I'm a bit more, I don't want to say like serious about it this year, but I'm a bit more focused on it, right? Because it kind of depends on like what's going on in our lives and what time we have that or what time we can make, right? For the things that are important. Because I always believe that what's important, you can make time for. Creatively, is that a word? Creatively, as a creative, putting myself out there and really finding my, I would say like base or home in my creativity is very important for me this year. So this is more for me to like kind of flex my muscle, the little muscle I do have. Get in the habit, right? Create a habit, get comfortable talking in front of the camera, get comfortable posting, and really just kind of figuring it out along the way. So if you're interested in just seeing what ridiculousness I share or what helpfulness I share, right? Because I know a lot of good stuff. Now, whether or not I can share it with you, it depends on what's going on, right? No, but this is day one. So this is me, day one. And I actually put some effort into how I look because usually I'm like, when I'm home, I look like I'm unhoused and that I just don't care. And that is not to say that unhoused people don't care. I'm just saying that's what I kind of look like when I'm home. So I actually put pants on, I put a shirt on. I did something with my hair quickly. And I was like, I'm going to record because it's the first day of the month. This is March 1st. I can't really talk with these Invisaligns in, but good results so far. We're in March. I have 2 more months left. What is my manifestation vibe for the month? And the way that I do that is by actually setting up a little like reminder in multiple places in my home. But the main one is like my bedroom. So like I'll have a color scheme. I have like a little shelf area that I'll like kind of put something together that when I look at it, I'm like, yes, this makes me want to do this, or this is reminding me to do this, or this puts me in a place of like creativity or peace. It's like little things that can kind of trigger you in a good way. Because triggers always talked about in a negative light, but there are good triggers. There's good triggers out there. For February, it was all about one. So it's the month of love, right? It's the month of red. I love the color red. Like I have red glasses. Hold on, let me change it for you. There. Super light. I wore only strictly red glasses for a few years. I was always known as the girl with the red glasses. I love red. So red roses, definitely a fave. There are some synthetic roses throughout the month. My intention was to get real roses because those do die. And then there's also a crocheted rose up there. So it kind of accounts for like all the different phases of love or different types of love. I don't know. There's some, philosophical depth in there. I like roses, love the color red, and I said, why not? The second shelf has one of my favorite books. So if you know me, oh, check out my cat. Um, he's in his little cat bed. This is actually an IKEA doll bed. So I saw the trend and I was like, let me do it. And he loves it. Like, he loves it. Say hi, Pugs. Okay, he doesn't want to be on camera. Okay, so my favorite books is The Year of Yes. I read this book and I actually did a Year of Yes challenge where I literally said yes to everything that scared me. And I will say it was an eventful year. It was a good year. Learned a lot, challenged myself in good ways a lot. So much that the following year I did a year of no. Hidden boundaries, learning those things because it's good to say yes to the challenges, but it's also good to learn boundaries and say no. I'm not doing that. It's not going to happen. My bandwidth is full, like, all that. Or this is, my hard stop, like all the things, the yes and the no. That's where you got to kind of find out what works for you, right? And it shifts as like life takes its course and things kind of change and all that. I wanted February to be surrounded around love, around good challenges, and then just to really kind of hone in on more family and friends time. Between, I would say, July and December, so much time traveling that I was really looking forward to a month of doing no traveling, which I accomplished in February. So, yay. And also just like building more intentional family time. So, since I had no grand travels in February, I really just wanted to, have more intentional times with my friends and family. So those are the things that I kind of build my little manifestation um, center around. So it's time to change it. New colors, new manifestation vibes, manifesting, manifestation vibes, manifesting. For March, I am going to focus on, dang, how I forgot what I wanted to focus on. God bless for histories, search histories, because I was looking up this morning colors that are connected to, hold on, I'm reading this, curiosity, openness, passion, spontaneity, nature, and growth. Because that kind of encapsulates like what I want my month of March to look like. You know what you want to do, putting plans towards that, and having reminders along the way to kind of keep you grounded in what you're trying to do is very important to bringing things to life and actualizing things. So when I looked up those particular things and like what colors were associated with it, I got mustard, earth tone greens, and also coral and orange. So looking around the house to see what I currently have and what I can put together that when I look at it, it's reminding me to be open-minded. It's reminding me about getting outside, being spontaneous. It's reminding me about just kind of like growing. And it's reminding me, most importantly, to like discover things. So, and it ties beautifully into some of my goals that I have in general for 2026. So, I'm going to set up March, and we are officially kicking off my 30 days of content. I'm so excited. It's like I'm your roommate at this point. Like, I'm going to spend 30 days with you. I'm posting every single day. Okay, for the next 30 days. So, if you're interested in this, if you'd like to see some more things, or if you're just kind of curious about what is going on, because living life in New York City always comes with plot twists. And like this, subscribe, drop me a comment if you have some things that you kind of start off your month with that you'd like to share. And yeah, welcome for the ride. Okay, first things first, removing what's there and getting like a good clean in. I often just self-reflect while doing this. I think of how my month felt and what I need to see more or less of while I build my new area. Oh, this is a crochet flower I was talking about earlier. Isn't it so cute? I love flowers, and I didn't get myself any last month, any real ones at least. So to me, that's like a form of like self-love. So I definitely am planning on working on that in the month of March. Now that we are clear and clean, let's start building. So there's really no rhyme or reason on where or how I determine like where I put things. I really just go off of like instinct and just my gut and just kind of looking to see where things feel right. This book I chose is from an interior designer that's a well-known Canadian YouTuber. Um, then I'm just going to start layering in some pieces I found that I have in the house that fit my color scheme and that add like texture throughout this little area. I like things that are matte, shiny, rough, fluffy, silky. Like texture always does the trick. And also kind of playing with eye levels of like the different items throughout the shelves as well. But like I said, this is just like kind of like instinct. You're going to see that I'm going to be stepping away, looking at it, playing with it a lot, putting things upside down, different angles, just to kind of see what feels right. Because you can tell when something's off and you can tell when it just kind of clicks or feels right. Just like right here. I knew that perfume was not going to be it. It was too much green in that area. And that gold was like the perfect touch. I really wanted this coral orange piece and was playing like live Tetris, as you can see, to see how it could potentially fit. But it really didn't. It's a beautiful piece, but it just wasn't the fit for today. At this point, I just kind of started tweaking things. I felt like the one on top needed some height, try to add it, then very quickly decided that was not it. See, it just seems odd. So I went and I adjusted that. So a lot of it's just trial and error, which is also kind of connects to like what we do in life, right? Sometimes we think something's great, we have this plan, we may have to follow it, we may have to pivot, or something we thought that was really amazing turns out not to really work, or it really does work. So kind of setting up this little thing, like I call it like my manifestation focus. This month is about discovery, being open-minded, and remaining curious. I really wanted to fit in this little cat thing, but no, it's just not gonna work. It's okay, Jessica. It's okay. And it's literally an ongoing process, so let's just see how I kind of tweak it up a little bit more. Overall, I think my March manifestation wall feels refreshing and very transitional, which is very convenient because it is March. So this is when Mother Nature is kind of fighting to transition into like spring. So very on key. Like this, subscribe, drop me a comment if you have some things that you kind of start off your month with that you'd like to share. And yeah.